Hello, I'm Michael, and I'm going to show you something I'm really excited to show you. Today, I'm going to show you about getting your phone inquiries to become enrolments. Not just an inquiry is useless on its own until they actually enroll. Well, what's the point? So today, I want to show you what I do. I'm a husband, I'm a business owner, I'm a dad, and I want to show you what I do when I run my own centers. And and I understand what you face, but it doesn't have to be as hard as it is for most of us. So the first thing that people say to me when I'm talking to them about enrolments, and I think I've probably talked to, well, it's more than 50 other owners in the last, since Christmas, is they say, well, look, if the phone would ring, I'd be happy, but the phone doesn't ring. You know, when the phone does ring, I can organize an enrollment. It's easy, you know, but the phone doesn't ring. And I love to help people out with that as well. It's a joy to do that. Getting your phones rings key. But right now, I want to show you what to do when it does ring, the things to get right. So one of the mistakes that people make on the phone is that they are rushed. They're having a conversation that's brief. Now, have a think for a second. For most phone call inquiries for a new family that come in for you, how many minutes do you spend on the phone to that parent? And if it's less than 5 minutes, something's very wrong. If it's less than 10 minutes, it's still not ideal. Because the longer you spend on that phone call, the more rapport you build, the more relationship you build with that parent, and the more likely they are to want to enroll with you. Okay, so one big mistake is having short, brief conversations. It should never, ever be less than 5 minutes. But, you know, even then, it shouldn't really be any less than 10 minutes. And I show people how to do that. And they say, oh, I don't have time. It's like, you know what? If you don't take the time, you won't have the enrollments, you know? So my strike rate on enrollments is somewhere between 90 and 95% from a phone call. So it works. Something else is a mistake people make on the phone is they sit there and they sort of wait for the parent to ask them questions and then they answer their questions. Bad idea, because they're going to ask you questions and your answers make you look just the same as everyone else, because they could have the same conversation with five other organizations and they'll get five similar answers. Instead, your job on the phone is to ask them about their child and what their child needs. Really, what does your child need? You know, what are you looking for? Help me understand what you need. And then once they've shown you what they need, then your job is to sort of paint a picture of the sort of experiences that their child would have with you. And you paint that picture and use emotional connection points, emotional words, not just brain words, not just head words. Okay, connect from the heart. You got in this business to share your heart with people. Share your heart on the phone. And then another mistake people make is they have this superhero idea that, oh, only so-and-so can do enrollment conversations, only the director or only so-and-so. And so what that means is someone else, when you're not in the office, you're at lunch, whatever, they pick up the phone and they go, oh, so-and-so's not here. Oh, well, you know, you can talk to them later. And that's just bad because it makes the parents feel like you don't care. You know, the truth is you've got to go to lunch, right? But, you know, you're missing out on enrollments because you're away at lunch. But you're not actually missing out because you're away at lunch. You're missing out because you've got this superhero idea in your business that only the superhero can answer the phone and do those calls. It's like, you know what? Everyone who answers the phone, everyone should be able to have an enrollment conversation that works, okay? And should be able to take joy in it and connect with parents, because that's why we got in this. We did this because we wanted to connect with people. So look, being straight with you, I am a husband, I'm a dad, I am a guy who runs his own centers. And you know what? I love that. And one of the biggest joys for me is for having those conversations with parents. And what I'd love to do is show you how to have those conversations more effectively, show you how to get the phone ringing more often and more frequently. But it matters. The reason why it matters is because your family's relying on you to get this right. You know, your family needs you to get this right so that your business is stable, and so it means you can spend more time at home jumping on the trampoline with the kids or just having a wine with your spouse. Okay, I'll catch you soon.